Booyah!
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to The Fringe. Time to talk about something very appalling when it comes to our politicians and their behavior. Something that's disgusting. We've talked many times about copper bathtubs. We've talked about scandals when it comes to contracts being handed out to government officials. Randy Boissonnault's direct disrespect to Canadians by posing as Indigenous to get contracts under Indigenous sanctions in our government that allows him to essentially take money while sitting as a minister in the House of Commons. When it comes to expenditures, when we've seen even Justin Trudeau's lavish expenditures on his vacations and what taxpayers pay, well, Justin Trudeau's alleged mistress, Melanie Joly, seems to have a little bit of Trudeau fever when it comes to how she treats Canadians and their tax dollars. I have to ask the question before we get into this statement today. What is the entitlement of parliamentarians? I thought parliamentarians were supposed to work for the people. I didn't realize that this business that is now part of being a parliamentarian means that you're essentially royalty. You're allowed to run around with Canadians' tax dollars and just enjoy the high life. Make sure as you continue to watch this video, if you're enjoying the content, ladies and gentlemen, you hit that subscribe button down below. Give a thumbs up and a comment on the way out. Let's get into what we're talking about today. This post coming out from Canada Proud, a report. Global Affairs Canada, which is overseen by Trudeau Liberal Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly, spent $51,000 on average per month on alcohol-related expenses in 2024. It's a party. The Liberals are just having a great time, aren't they? They cater to everybody. You've seen Crystia Freeland's outrageous $7,000 a month for grooming, spa treatments. Melanie Joly spending $50,000 a month on booze. And you wonder why our national deficit in the fall report was double off the rail of what they predicted. Of course, dear friend of mine, dear friend of the channel, Tamara Leach chiming in. I know a lot of Canadians that dream of earning $51,000 a year. I find this appalling for liquor. If you're elected to represent the Canadian people, alcohol should be spent on your own dime. Drinking is not a qualification and should only be done on personal, not public time. Expense account provisions/privileges need to be scrutinized and revisited and reconstructed. Tamara, I couldn't agree more. That is disgusting when you think about it. $51,000. I mean, take a look at the comments down here. The alcoholism, like the men's tampons, makes us scarier. All of this needs to be cut off. All booze bags in Ottawa need to be removed. Perhaps this explains some of the foreign policy positions held by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. You've got down here Joly's Jumper's office staff are ordering and taking home cases of wine for family and friends, stealing from taxpayers, guaranteed. That's just how the Liberals roll. I mean, Joly's guzzling $50K a month in booze, likely funneled through Liberal shell companies to line her own pockets. Theft is legal under the Liberals. Of course it is. They've been flowing it in our face for ages. This isn't incompetence, it's deliberate, organized corruption and exploitation. Joly's a crook. Weak Canadians make for easy prey. It's interesting that all of this is brought up because if you look back to this article put out in November, at the end of November, Foreign Affairs Minister also spent more than $500,000 on furniture back in March. Furniture for her office. I don't know if she believes that because she's spending a lot of time with dear Justin that she's entitled to this. The lofty furniture purchases coincide with the end of the fiscal year. Of course they do. They're sucking up their budget. Federal records show Foreign Affairs Minister Melanie Joly's department spent over $500,000 on furniture on March 31st, which also is the end of their fiscal year, reports Blacklock's reporter. An inquiry of ministry tabled in the Commons says Joly's department ordered more than $523,000 worth of furniture on that one day. However, Cabinet has long denied what's called March Madness, which reportedly sees government's department use up unspent budgets in the final hours of the fiscal year. If the budget hasn't been used, give it back to Canadians. This isn't, again, a corporation. You see this in corporations all the time where they say we got to suck up the budget or we don't get the same next year. We're more than double the national debt, the predicted fiscal debt. If there's any pennies left over, they should be going back, not spent on your lavish lifestyles. Quote, furniture is purchased on a regular basis as part of the department's standard furniture replacement cycle, Cabinet wrote. The government of Canada acquires and manages furniture in an effective and economical way. Department of Foreign Affairs did not explain its sudden requirement for furniture on the final day of the fiscal year. In addition to providing furniture in offices, Canadian staff working abroad in some countries are also provided with furniture in their assigned staff quarters in order to carry out their work and life abroad in an efficient, economic, productive, and safe manner, said the inquiry. Records showed Joly's department paid for 73 separate orders for office and residential furniture and fixtures with a total cost of $523,446 on that one day. Figures were disclosed at the request of Conservative MP Eric Melio from Kenora, Ontario. A 2019 inquiry of Ministry Cabinet wrote contracts are issued throughout the year at a regular pace, with only a moderate increase from February to March. However, Parliamentary Budget Officer Yves Giroux had previously disputed the claim in his 2021 testimony at the Senate National Finance Committee. You spend money you have rather than let it lapse, even if you don't absolutely need the money, testified Giroux. That can, in some cases, lead to what we call March Madness. I don't care what you call it. This is disgusting behavior. This is our money. It's not like a corporation where they had capital gains throughout the year, where they had new accounts, where they were profitable and said, hey, we're going to give a little back to our offices. This is the government. They are funded by us, the people. These are our tax dollars. Whenever you go to a job and give roughly 40 to 50% of your pay to taxes, this is what it's going towards. Lavish spending, $50,000 a month in booze, $500,000 in furniture, cats and dogs living together, mass hysteria. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think down below. Is Trudeau's alleged mistress entitled to $50,000 a month in liquor costs? And if that's the case with her, think about what the other MPs are spending. Let me know what your thoughts are on the $500,000 in furniture purchases as well. Give us the answer to the question of the day down below. Leave a thumbs up if it's your first time here. I hope this video has earned your subscription. 80% of our viewers, again, aren't subscribed, so please hit that subscribe button and join our large fringe majority here on the platform. Please share this out amongst social media and join me live this Friday night and every Friday night with my beautiful wife, Mrs. Fringe, at 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, as we do our live streaming show, Friday Night Fringe, where we go over everything that's happened in politics, everything coming up in the week ahead, as well as some back and forth within our community. It's always great to hear what you guys have to say outside of making these videos, and that is the primary purpose of those shows, and we look forward to seeing you this Friday night, again, 6 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Central, here on the channel. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video and have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you on the next one.